why you're not making money, and how to fix it. You're doing everything right, taking orders the proper way, delivering food on time, and the guests seem happy, but you're still not making as much tips as you should. Before you can start making a lot of tips, first you need to understand why the guests are behaving the way they do and why they're not tipping. And it's not the reason you think it is. For simplicity, we've divided guests into two camps, the low tipping guest and the high tipping guest. We'll start with the low tipping guest first. The low tipping guest usually visits a low expectation type of restaurant. These places can have great food and service, but the whole idea of these restaurants is to make money fast and get a lot of guests in. Give them the food as soon as possible, and then so they can eat it and get the next couple in. Think of it as a factory with table service. So the guests in these restaurants act a certain way. Let me give a few examples. When these guests arrive to the restaurant, there's no host by the door or nobody to greet them. They'll just take any table they can get their hands on. They do this because there's nobody at the door, so they quickly learn just to grab a table, even if it's got old plates on and drinks or a half-eaten burger. Also, they don't have a coat rack. There's no cloakroom, so there's nowhere for them to put their coats. So they just put their coats on the seats. The menu is usually massive. They have 10 different types of pizzas, 10 different types of burgers, 10 different types of salads. Basically, it's just food that you could make at home. The drinks options, usually soft drinks, beers, one type of wine. And it's a pretty low budget wine, it's not very nice. These drinks don't enhance the meal. So the goal of drinking in a place like this is to either quench your thirst or get drunk. Same thing goes for the desserts. Usually like ice cream, maybe a panna cotta or a cheesecake. Still, things you can do at home. If they wanted something more exciting, they would have stayed at home and tried some TikTok recipes. Usually the servers have loads of tables, so they don't really have time to talk to the guests or get acquainted with them. So regulars might be a commonplace, but I wouldn't count on regulars coming back because of the great service. So the guests, they only go to these restaurants because they don't have any energy to cook at home. They want to eat quickly, pay, and leave. How do you identify these type of guests? The body language is quick, almost like erratic movement, always scanning for available seats because they just want a table. The clothes are very casual because it's not a special occasion for them when they visit this type of restaurant. And the speech, it's short and direct, no chit-chat. What is the reason that they don't tip? If this restaurant serves good food and the cola is basically always the same standard or the beer is always the same flavor and standard, there's no way of messing it up. But I'm going to tell you why they don't tip. From the guest perspective, they were not greeted at the door. They had no place to put their jackets or their coats. They sat down at a semi-clean table. It wasn't even prepared for them. They just have to grab one. The food was something they probably could have cooked at home. They probably ate last Tuesday. The drinks were basic, uninspired, and forgettable. The service was fast, but impersonal. They don't tip because in their minds, there's nothing to tip for. Can you see their point of view? Now, let's compare that to the second type of guest, which is the high expectations and high tip type of guest. This is the elite club of diners. They visit restaurants not just for the food, but for the experience. They know what type of wine they want. They know what goes well with the food. They expect their steak to be cooked with precision, measured with temperature, and they will certainly notice if a napkin is not folded properly. Their behavior is shaped by an entirely different set of rules. Booking a table, for example. These type of guests, if they walk into a nice restaurant, they won't get a table. They need to book in advance. They can't just walk into a restaurant and grab a table. No, they have to book in advance. at a certain time. And if you don't book a table, you're not getting in because it's fully booked. Even the reservation process is a moment of service. Just securing a table makes these guests feel special. So when they arrive, they are greeted directly, and sometimes even by name. Many of these high-end restaurants, they Google the name of the reservation and they can see an image. So when the guest arrives at the door, they already recognize the guest and they can greet them by their last name. And if you're the host of a group of people going out to dine and somebody greets you by your last name, oh man, that is some great service right there. When you arrive to the table is spotless. It's been waiting for you. Everything is set to perfection. There's a coat rack. There will be somebody there to offer you to take the coat. The type of service in these restaurants is a lot higher. Servers have way fewer tables, and they're actually meant to talk to their guests, remember their preferences, be nice, maybe crack a joke or two. They're there to deliver the experience. And because the food is not just regular food, they have to explain the cooking process, the presentation. Every little touch matters. If one of the guests gets up to go to the restroom, the waiter will fold their napkin or maybe give them a new napkin. And once they return, their cover or their seat has been reset to look like brand new. The waiter knows the menu inside out, has the vast base of knowledge, not only about the food, but about the drinks and the wine. The waiters can usually read the table. So if they're caught up in a conversation, the waiter's not going to interrupt them during that moment. The waiter will probably wait for a different moment. So why do these guests tip generously? Well, from their perspective, they were greeted like VIPs. Their table was perfect. The menu was curated and the food exceeded their expectations. The service was polished and attentive. The experience started from the moment they booked their table. They don't just leave full, they leave fulfilled. If the goal is to have a better work life, earn more money, then the obvious solution is to switch jobs to the high-end restaurants where the high expectation, high tip type of guests are. But how do you get there? First of all, you need to improve your service skills and your knowledge. You need to learn about wines, menu pairings, and etiquette. You need to start building relationships with high tipping guests, because high tipping guests remember great servers. You have to invest in yourself. The more knowledge and refine your service, the more you'll learn. Working in a fine dining restaurant may require a lot more effort, but the rewards are better work life, more tips, and guests who actually appreciate the work that you do. So if you want to take it further, here at Waiter Tips, we offer one-on-one coaching calls to help you sharpen your skills, get into better paying restaurants, and maximize your tips. Contact us via comment and we'll get back to you.